I chose to go tiny because I wanted to have a space that I could just kind of take out into the middle of nowhere and work on my music projects. Hey, I'm Mike. This is my 1983 International School Bus. It's 27 feet long, and welcome to my tiny home tour. I was going for kind of a tiny cabin kind of feel, so I got lots of wood. I got the stone here for the wood burning stove. The reason that I actually built the bus was I kind of wanted a place where I could just kind of go into the middle of nowhere and just work on some music projects. So that's kind of why I built this sort of desk here. I made it out of an old Baldwin piano that I got. So this keyboard pops out so that I can have a full 88 key keyboard, and then this right here actually pops out the back. So I can use this actually as my monitor if I hook up my computer, and just so I can work on music projects. And then I've also got surround sound here, so that at the end of the day I can just use it as my TV and just watch movies and stuff. The original pedal right here, I welded this little lever, and so it controls the sustain pedal of the electronic keyboard, so that I can just use the original pedal and it works for the MIDI keyboard. So that was kind of cool. I've got it all powered with solar power, so there's about 1100 watts of solar panels on the roof, and then in this couch underneath it is where I keep all the battery bank and the charge controllers. Probably the hardest part of the build was picking throw pillows. It was, I built all this stuff, and then just like deciding what throw pillows to put on was like, I needed a lot of help. I do have things hooked up to Jeff Bezos right here, but I don't like to say her name unless I need her because she listens to everything. But I do have like Alexa, bus lights on. So, that sort of thing. So one of the reasons I got a school bus actually was because I liked having all the windows so that I could see out and wherever I was at. But I know myself, and I'm a very lazy person, and like in my other apartments I would never actually like open the windows ever. And so I kind of preemptively fixed that problem by doing motor window shades where I can just push them all down. And they're blackout, so that's kind of nice. Keeps this place a little bit cooler during the day, and then they can just go back up. I chose to go tiny because I wanted to have a space that I could just kind of take out into the middle of nowhere and work on my music projects. Before this, I had a couple internships with some composers in Los Angeles, and it was really cool, and I got to see a lot of like how the industry works. But it was a lot of dark rooms, dark studios, long hours, and I just kind of wanted to be out in, the middle of nowhere in a desert or next to a lake or, on a mountain, and just be able to work on my music there. And so that's why I bought a bus and did the whole conversion, just so that I could have a place to work on my music. But sometimes that doesn't always pay enough, so you gotta get a little creative. So I was working at a hardware store for a while during the bus build, and I go back there every now and then, or do odd jobs trying to just get a little bit of money, save up, and then go and do what I need to do. And then when I run out of money again, I'll get another job and kind of figure it out. So this is the kitchen area. I've got a maple live edge for the countertop. I got it from this guy just on Craigslist that was retired and started chopping down a bunch of trees in his yard and just had like a barn full of slabs. So I picked this one out and planed it down and sanded it and just put like 11 coats of polyurethane on it. The sink is just a beverage tub that I got on Amazon, and I just drilled a hole in the bottom. I kind of had to hammer out the bottom so that it sloped, so that everything would drain right. And then just put the drain in, and works pretty well. I got hot and cold water in the sink. It's just a propane hot water heater that's underneath the bed. The stove right here is also propane. Got 3 burners. It's the Furrion, I believe. It works pretty good. I've got this planter box back here. It has built-in drainage so that I can just water them right in here, and then it drains into my gray water tank, which is pretty cool. So this right here is just a ladder that goes up onto the rooftop deck. So you can just open up the skylight like this, and then you can head up there and just chill. Let's see, I got my wood burning stove. This is the stove from Tiny Wood Stoves. It works pretty good. I probably have to put wood in it every few hours, but it heats the place up real nice. It's bolted down so it won't go anywhere. The stone right here is a stone veneer, but it's real stone. It's about 1 inch thick that's attached to the cement board in the back, and then there's also insulation behind it. Let's see, all the cabinets right here, they're all connected with just magnets, so they keep everything from going around. One of the things I didn't think about until I started driving was the fridge. This thing just kind of, I've had a couple times where it just kind of flies open on the road and then everything just all over the floor. But I actually just ended up starting putting a doorstop just underneath the fridge, and that actually keeps it pretty good. The cabinets I built out of birch plywood, and then all of the fronts and everything are just pine. They're just like 1x4s that I kind of glued together and sanded down and stained them. I did like an ebony Jacobian stain. So the flooring I use is just a vinyl plank flooring. I did the one from Lowe's, and it works pretty good. I did glue it down so that it doesn't like shift a lot. It's waterproof, which is nice for when I spill all of my plant water everywhere. If I were to do this again, some advice I would give myself is just to keep it simple. And I didn't really do that at all with my bus build. I kind of just like went all out on every single project. When I started the build, I told myself this build was going to take me 3 months to build, but it ended up taking me 2 years and 8 months. So if I were to do it again, I would have just told myself to just like calm down a little bit and like keep it simple, because I kind of went all out on lots of these projects that, you know, are really cool and nice, but I kind of wish I was on the road like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So you really don't need a lot to live, and I think if you just like focus on that and focus on like being on the road and focus on why you're actually doing it, then you can get it done a lot quicker, I think. So this is the bed area right here. I've got some wormwood on the wall. It was actually cut down from a tree on the Oregon coast in the 1970s. The shelf right there is actually from a piece of wood that I took off of a piano that me and my friend actually just found in the woods. I've got some storage under here, so this is kind of where I keep all my clothes and stuff like that. This also pops up like this. I got tools down there, I got a bunch of firewood, I got extra food, cleaning supplies, laundry, it just kind of all is shoved back there. And then I can also just access it from behind if I want to, out the back door. And then this is also where I keep my water tanks. I've got about 66 gallons of fresh water. I've got an RV water heater under there. It's the Girard water heater. Behind the plant door is where we've got the bathroom. The bathroom walls are just a feather finish concrete. I did a cement board, and then I did the Curdy shower membrane, and then I did feather finish concrete over the top. The floor is a pebble floor that I installed. I've got the Nature's Head composting toilet, works pretty good. Then the shower right here I've made out of just some pipe fittings. On the left is where the water comes in, and then on the right is actually where the water is piped back into the freshwater tank. So I just turn on the incoming water and I turn on the outgoing water, and then the water just flows through and circulates back into the tank as the water is warming up. Then once it's warm, then I open this valve down here, and then the water just like comes out the top and it's already hot. Yeah, so this is the rooftop deck. It's about 7 feet wide and about 11 feet long. But you can just get a couple camp chairs up here or whatever and just kind of chill at sunset or whenever. So I've got the deck boards running this way, and then there's joists running here. There's 4 joists, and then the joists on the outside edges are taller than the joists in the middle because it's a curved roof. And then the joists are secured with brackets into the sheet metal of the bus using riv nuts. Thanks for watching my tiny homes tour. My name's Mike. This is my 1983 International school bus. If you want to follow along, you can catch me on Instagram. I think my handle's MBiancardi, or TikTok's Michael Biancardi. Thanks for watching.